midway through the round, come in, just hit with a straight punch.
Out we go.
Before you even throw the punches, your stance must be right as far as your pivot. You start off with your pivot, you get on your pivot, and it's light. The jab goes like this. This is exactly how the jab goes. Jab.
Counterpunching. But overall, I have to say Crawford. If you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford.
Floyd Mayweather recently stopped by Terence Crawford's training camp to offer some smart advice on how to beat Canelo Alvarez. Drawing from his own 2013 win over Canelo, Mayweather told Crawford to rely on speed, strong defense, and sharp counterpunches to take advantage of Canelo's flaws. With Mayweather's experience behind him, Crawford could gain a real advantage as he gets ready for one of the biggest fights of his career.
You bring the hook with it. You can go to the body. Jab. Just double jab. Triple jab.
At a recent press conference, Canelo Alvarez didn't mince words when talking about Terence Crawford's career. He claimed Crawford hasn't gone up against top-level opponents yet and made it clear he believes he brings a level of skill and experience Crawford has never faced. But this wasn't just talk, it was a strategic move, meant to get into Crawford's head before their big fight. Canelo's comments show his confidence and his desire to remind everyone why he's considered one of boxing's best.
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
It's gonna
you.
be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about
will-
nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Max Kellerman offered a thoughtful breakdown of the upcoming fight, focusing on the strengths of both fighters. He pointed out that Terence Crawford's jab is now one of the best in the sport, fast, accurate, and consistently effective. While Canelo once had a strong jab too, Kellerman believes it's not what it used to be. In this area, Crawford now has the upper hand. Kellerman also highlighted Crawford's smart strategic approach in the ring, which could be a big challenge for Canelo, who tends to rely more on his size and power. In Kellerman's view, skill and strategy might be the deciding factors in this fight.
Best jab.
Crawford.
Best defense.
Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo. And earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two-piece, hard to hit.
So who has the best footwork out of the two?
In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo has gotten much better at cutting off the ring. But early in his career, he had a problem with that and was much more comfortable counterpunching. But overall, I have to say Crawford. If you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford. What Canelo has is size, and as a result, physical strength and punching power. Canelo also has a great chin. But in terms of, if you want to go skill for skill, especially the recent version of Canelo, who's had to turn into a seek and destroy guy, who had to learn as his career went on to cut off the ring and not just follow guys around. Like Lara, Trout, Floyd, he followed those guys around. He had trouble because he's really a natural counterpuncher who wants you to come to him.
Nico Ali, the grandson of boxing legend Muhammad Ali, has publicly thrown his support behind Terence Crawford. He praised Crawford not just for his skill in the ring, but also for his discipline, dedication, and strong character. Nico sees him as a true professional and someone deserving of being ranked among the sport's greats. His backing shows that Crawford's impact goes beyond wins. He's earning respect from those deeply rooted in boxing history.
People with Canelo before Canelo's last fight, but then after Canelo's last fight, it seems like it's more 50-50 now. So everything is just the build up for that fight is just going to be absolutely magnetizing. Like that fight, it's garnered so much more buzz after Canelo's last fight, and Bud is Bud. He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Have you sparred any of them?
I haven't sparred Bud yet. I haven't been in Canelo's camp. I've met Canelo a few times. I love Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But you know, I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool, and I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades.
Canelo Alvarez has spoken respectfully about Terence Crawford's skills. He noted that at the elite level, weight differences matter less because top fighters know how to adjust. Canelo made it clear he's training as hard as ever, knowing that beating Crawford will take more than just size or power. His words show not only his respect for Crawford, but also his understanding that this fight will require top-level preparation and smart strategy.
Smaller guy, and why do I need to fight this guy? For you, what changed? Tell me about the moment where you're like, you know what? Maybe I'll do this. This sounds like a good idea.
No, if you're thinking about it, look how big turns this fight. It's a big fight. No, that's why made me change. But I've been in his situation before, jumping weight classes, and when you're a good fighter, that doesn't matter. So I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm gonna focus on training very hard because Crawford is very good fighter.
Yeah, tell me about your experience with that, because now it's reversed. He's coming up in weight. What could be dangerous? What aren't we seeing that maybe you see in this fight?
No, everything. He's a good fighter. Obviously, I know that, and I need to be careful. I need to be careful in everything.
Showbiz, the adult, offered a fair take on the upcoming fight. He acknowledged Canelo's physical strength and the tough training camps that keep him performing at a high level. These, he said, are key to Canelo's ongoing success. At the same time, he gave credit to Terence Crawford for his sharp fight, IQ, and ability to read opponents, a skill he partly attributes to Crawford's wrestling background, which adds depth to both his offense and defense. Still, Showbiz believes that Canelo's experience and size may give him a slight edge going into this matchup.
And Canelo uses his legs, he uses his core, and then his neck itself to lift up Bivol like Bivol was a featherweight. That is a huge representation of how strong Canelo is. When you look at his workouts, you can tell why he was able to do that. All these damn neck exercises that I wouldn't dare do. Okay, that stuff looks painful. The squatting and all that stuff that he's doing is exactly why Canelo Alvarez, honestly, is a strong fighter. He tried to do it again with William Skull. William Skull shook out of it, but he is a bull. Listen, Terence Bud Crawford is strong. He is, okay? And he understands leverage, and he understands those things because he wrestled. Honestly, very true. But Saul Canelo Alvarez is also extremely strong. Now let me know how you feel in the comments below. We in the zone, war room.
Yarrell Miller shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight, saying he's rooting for Terence Crawford to come out on top. He praised Crawford's drive and determination, saying those qualities could carry him to victory even if he's at a size disadvantage. Miller downplayed concerns about the weight difference, arguing that a fighter with enough heart and focus can overcome anything. His take highlights the belief that passion and willpower can make all the difference in major matchups.
Crawford, huge fight September 13th. Who do you think's going to win that?
I'm pulling for Crawford in this one. I think people was underestimating his strength right now and his size. And I think he's a little more hungry than Canelo. So let's see though. But I like both guys, but I'm a little closer to Crawford, so I want to see Crawford can take it.